Hello, this training tape is on ReloSpec Reports. The report link is located on the main menu right here under Reports or on the client's list page on right here at the lower left-hand corner, Reports. Okay, we have quite a few reports. There's over 100 reports. So I'd like to break them down into groupings to explain how the reports work. The first grouping is our activity reports, and it's broken down into summary and detail. The summary reports do exactly what it says. It summarizes the data for you, and the detail gives you the detail of the records. All of the summary reports, I'm going to pull one up, has basically the same fields. It has your financials on it, and then a few extra fields, agent requested, agent generated, and so forth. So all of the activity reports basically have the same columns. The difference between the activity reports is how it's grouped together. When you have a bunch of records, you can group them into different categories. You can group them by office, or maybe by referral type, or referral status, have all your active records together, all your pending records together. So if you're running an activity report, you have to decide on how you want them grouped, how you want them sorted. And then if you go through the activity list, it'll tell you grouped by office, grouped by referral type, grouped by referral status. Also with the activity reports, they include all of the records received or sent or closed within the 2 dates that you enter. So the time period you enter, anything that was received in, anything that was sent out, or anything that had closed between that time period that you have a closing date in the closing sheet will be included on that report. So to find your reports, if you look at the top, you'll see these radio buttons. The most popular ones are reports that we at ReloSpec have heard from our customers that they like, and we put them in the most popular. Favorites. My favorite reports are per database. Once you find a report that you like, you can add them to favorites. You can add them here within the reports or in the settings page, and I'll show you that when we're done. You can add them there. You can look at all reports, and that will include advanced as well as standard. Or you can look at all advanced reports or all standard reports. So since we're talking about the advanced reports, let's continue with that. The activity reports take a large bulk of our reports. We also have closed reports. That's our second grouping. Closed reports basically have the same columns as the activity reports with all of your financials on there. Basically, it doesn't have, exactly, but basically that's what it has, is what you see here. Also, the closed report looks at the closing date that is entered into the closing sheet for that record. Closed reports also can be grouped. So if you want to run a closed report by referral type, it'll group all the in-buys, all the in-lists, and so forth together. You can group by office. You can group by referral status, and so forth. So if you're looking for your closed records, find how you want it grouped, then you'll be able to find your report. The next report is not is just a standalone report. It's called Combined Summary. This is a nice report. Actually, let's go back and look at the advanced. And let's go to Combined Summary. And let's look at it here. It'd be easier to see. Okay. Whoops. Open. Okay, here's the combined summary report. What it does is you put in your time period. So you can run it for the week, you can run it for a month. It will look at total records received or sent, grouped by office. So for each office, how many records were received or sent. Grouped by referral type. For each referral type, how many records were received or sent. Grouped by category affinity. Again, how many records were received or sent. In this column, it's how many were closed within this time period. How many were closed by office? How much did each office make? By referral type and by category affinity. The next grouping gives you your year to date. So whatever date you put in, it gives you from the beginning of the year to the end date that you put in. By office, how many were received, by referral type, and by category affinity. And then on the right side, how many year to date were closed for each office, each referral type, each category affinity. And then the last section gives you, within the time period that you put in, how many do you have pending. So that's your combined summary report. It really gives you a lot of information. Okay, the last grouping I want to go over is your scorecard reports. Your scorecard reports have a little bit different information on it. The scorecard reports are geared for agent information. So it will include mortgage information, the PEQ, some of them include the BMA, the percentages for the BMA, also include the agent conversion. So you can actually run one of the scorecard reports by agent, and you can find out, in this case, under his incoming, how many active records he had, how many closed. Here's the agent conversion right there under closed. You can see a total of 7 records and 5 of them were closed, and that's 71.43%. And then it separates the outgoing. So that is your scorecard by agent. And we have a few of those with a little bit different information on there. The last scorecard is the scorecard by office. The scorecard by office basically has all the information that the agent report has, but it has for each office. It has all the offices actually. It'll separate it out for each office and then the agent within each office. So you can see the agent's conversion. Here's the mortgage, PEQ, days on market, percent difference from sale to list, and so forth. And just checking that just to make sure I'm 100%. You can pick the office. It doesn't have to be all offices. You can pick and run it for 1 office, 2 offices, and so forth. And that is your scorecard by office. Now, going through these reports, you're going to see some of these have these red wording. You can't look at those reports. They're basically copies of other reports that we have, but they're used just for the scheduled reports, which is another training tape. The scheduled reports, just so you'll know, is a way for you to set up and run a report automatically. So for example, if you want to run an activity by office report and you want each of your offices to get a report of their own information, you can set it up in ReloSpec and you can say, I want to send this out the 2nd of every month. And the 2nd of every month, it will run the report, put it into your autopilot folder, and when you send your autopilots, that report will go out. So it will automatically be set up for that time that you want it to go. And that is the scheduled reports. So if you have questions on reports, you always can email us and, ask us for a suggestion. Most of the time, we can give you a couple of suggestions that you can look at. But look at the pictures that we have and see what information is on the report. That's the best way to tell if that report will work for you. Okay, back to the settings. Over here off of the main menu, we have favorite forms and favorite reports. Now you can do this from the report screen, but you also can do it here. When you click on the favorite reports, you can press Add New, scroll down, find the report you want as your favorites, and then press Add New Record. And it will add it to your favorites list in your reports or in your forms under your favorites, my favorites. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Take care.